For the longest time, I thought my problem with money was income. I believed that once I earned a little more, everything would finally fall into place. Less stress, more savings, a sense of control. But year after year, even when my income improved, the pressure didn't disappear. I was working, earning, and surviving, but never really moving forward. And that's when I realized something uncomfortable. The issue wasn't how much money I made. It was how I was using it. One simple rule changed everything for me, and once I understood it, I couldn't unsee how badly I had been playing the game. Before I explain that rule, if you want to truly understand money in a practical, real-life way and stop repeating the same mistakes most people make, make sure you subscribe to Learn Finance Daily. This channel exists to teach you the money skills school never taught you, clearly, honestly, and without confusion. Subscribe now, because this one idea alone can completely change your financial direction. For years, my money followed the same pattern. I earned it, paid my bills, spent what was left, and hoped there would be something remaining at the end of the month. Sometimes there was. Most of the time there wasn't. And even when there was, it never felt meaningful. It felt fragile, temporary, and easy to erase with one unexpected expense. I blamed discipline. I blamed expenses. I blamed bad luck. But the truth was simpler. I had no rule, no structure, no priority. Most people live this way without realizing it. Money comes in, life takes its share, and whatever survives becomes spending money. The future is treated like an afterthought, and when the future keeps feeling uncertain, anxiety becomes normal. That was my reality. I didn't feel irresponsible. I felt tired. Tired of trying and not seeing progress. The simple money rule that changed everything for me was this: decide where your money goes, before it arrives, not after. Before. That one shift changed my entire relationship with money. Before this rule, I reacted to money. After this rule, I directed it. Most people save whatever is left after spending, but what's left is usually nothing. Life expands to fill the space you give it. Expenses don't ask for permission. They just show up. When you save last, you're telling your future that it only matters if everything else is taken care of first. And it never is. The moment I flipped that order, everything changed. I chose a fixed amount that went toward my future the moment my income arrived. I treated it like a bill, non-negotiable. I didn't wait to see how I felt. I didn't rely on motivation. I made the decision once and let the system handle the rest. At first, it felt uncomfortable. It forced me to be honest about my spending. I had to adjust my lifestyle slightly. I had to say no to things that didn't really matter. But something unexpected happened very quickly. I felt calmer, more in control, less anxious about money, even though I was technically spending less. Why? Because progress was finally visible. Most people don't feel stuck because they're failing. They feel stuck because they can't see movement. When money is directed toward the future first, even small amounts create momentum, and momentum changes everything psychologically. Another powerful part of this rule is that it removes emotion from daily decisions. I no longer had to constantly decide whether I should save or spend. That decision was already made. What remained was freedom, freedom within limits. Limits don't restrict you. They protect you. A practical tip if you want to apply this rule is to start small. The amount doesn't matter as much as the consistency. Even a small percentage saved or invested first is more powerful than big amounts saved randomly. Consistency trains your brain. It builds identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who tries to be good with money and start seeing yourself as someone who has a system. Another tip is to separate your money. When all your money sits in one account, it feels unlimited and temporary. When your future money is separated, it becomes real and protected. You're far less likely to spend money that already has a job. This rule also exposed how much emotional spending controlled my life. Stress, boredom, reward, these emotions were deciding my financial future without my permission. By paying myself first, I reduced the damage emotional spending could do. Even on bad days, progress still happened quietly in the background. Over time, this rule changed how I viewed income. I stopped obsessing over earning more as the solution to everything. Instead, I focused on using what I earn better. Ironically, that clarity eventually helped me earn more, because I was no longer desperate or stressed. Confidence replaced panic. Another important lesson this rule taught me is the difference between comfort and peace. Spending money gives comfort for a moment. Progress gives peace for a lifetime. Once I felt at peace, knowing my future was being funded consistently, buying things lost some of its power over me. This rule also made investing easier. When money is already set aside for the future, learning how to grow it feels natural instead of scary. Growth stops feeling like a gamble and starts feeling like a responsibility. Time becomes your ally instead of your enemy. One mistake people make is trying to be perfect with this rule. You don't need perfection. You need commitment. Some months will be messy. Unexpected expenses happen. That's normal. The rule still works because it's about direction, not perfection. Another tip is to review your rule as your life changes. When income increases, increase your future allocation first, not your lifestyle. This is how people quietly build wealth without feeling deprived. Lifestyle grows, but freedom grows faster. What surprised me most is how this one rule affected areas beyond money. I became more intentional with time, energy, and decisions. Money habits reflect thinking habits. When you learn to prioritize the future financially, you start doing it mentally too. School never taught this because it focuses on earning, not directing money. Society doesn't push it because emotional spending keeps the system running. But once you understand this rule, it becomes obvious why so many people work hard and still feel stuck. This rule doesn't make you rich overnight. It does something better. It puts you on the right path. And the right path, followed consistently, beats any shortcut. The biggest danger with money isn't making mistakes. It's living without rules. Without rules, money controls you. With rules, you control money. If you feel like you earn but don't progress, this rule can change everything for you too. Decide where your money goes before it arrives. Pay your future first. Let the system do the heavy lifting. Over time, you'll notice less stress, more clarity, and growing confidence. Money will stop being a constant worry and start becoming a quiet support system. This is how financial strength is built, not through luck, not through extreme discipline, but through simple rules applied consistently. If you want to keep learning simple money rules that actually work in real life, avoid the traps most people fall into and build real financial momentum step by step. Make sure you're subscribed to Learn Finance Daily. This channel exists to help you understand money clearly so it stops controlling your life and starts supporting it. One rule can change everything if you apply it.